Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Just Debola. If you are a new subscriber, welcome guys. And if you've been on the channel for a while, hello. Okay, this is the Motorcycle Diaries show, as you can tell. And from the last episode with Mama Speed, I trust you had fun watching it. And if you haven't, just click on the link up there. If you'd like to be on this show, please send me an Instagram DM, WhatsApp message, or on TikTok. And I'll be happy to have you here on the show. Doesn't matter wherever you are, in the country or in Lagos. I'll be happy to have you on my show, either virtual or in the studio. Right, let's get right into the video as I introduce you to my next guest. Hi friends, let's introduce our guest. Hi Mr. Okwe, please can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Okoloa. I am known as OER in the biking industry.
Yeah.
I'm a silent QS and I do a lot of other things too. And I like photography somehow.
Yeah, I noticed that. What kind of photography?
I think I like nature.
Okay.
And I like taking shots at night.
Yeah.
I like night pictures. It speaks, light speaks where you do not, how you do not, I don't know how to put it, but light speaks to me.
So light at night?
Light at night speaks to me.
Yeah.
And there's this period between 6 and 7, they call it the dawn or something.
Yeah.
Or blue hour.
Yeah. And in the morning or in the night?
Both, morning and evening.
There's golden hour.
There's golden hour in the evening.
Yeah.
Then there's blue eye in the evening as well. But you can mostly get them in the morning in this part of the country, world. But I love taking pictures at night, and I don't know how to take human beings. So if you come to me and say, let's take it, I don't know how to take human beings.
All right, so do you remember me?
Yes.
What's like the memory of me that you remember meeting me?
Except you want to tell me something else. Well, it was you making some skits, and I'm like, oh, I'd like to know how you did that, and then what apps are good for some editing things and all of that. And you told me 1 or 2 things I thought I did. So
I remember that call.
Yes, it was a college evening, and I think that was the first time I called you.
Yes.
And the next other thing is, I think I had to put you through 1 or 2 things when it comes to riding or something.
We'll get to that. Okay, aside photography and riding, what other hobbies do you have? Just those 2.
I'm a man of many parts. I was trained in QS in the University of Lagos. I don't like the thing.
Okay.
But I know it.
Okay.
And because I like things to be done the way it should. So when I see buildings that are not
looking,
I just look at the building. And the reason for me is that in this part of the world, certain things are not appreciated.
Very true.
You see where an artisan is telling you, tell your artisan this is how it should be, and the person is telling you, Organa, like this is supposed to be, now like this we don't do up. And I'm wondering,
it shouldn't be done.
Is it a job of my own?
Aside photography and biking, what other things do you do? Like maybe catches your fancy or something?
I do, I'm a QS, trained QS, University of Lagos. I don't practice, but I still take 1 or 2 once in a while when private practice, 1 or 2. However, outside that though, I'm a business entity myself.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of businesses with my friends, take on projects and contracts to get done, keep body and soul moving.
Important.
And more so, as much as I'm a bike enthusiast, I also love flying.
Oh yeah.
Many people don't know that.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
also
interesting.
love flying, so I know a bit about planes. The same way I know a bit about cars and bikes, and also I sell cars.
That's very strange to know.
That's
very strange to know.
I consult a lot for people. I go to go and do what they call checkup.
Yeah.
You want to? I know people have flew me from Lagos to Abuja to go and vet a vehicle.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Outside Nigeria, someone will call me a tester.
Yeah, and you get paid for it very well.
Yes.
Okay, so how long have you been riding for? That question you took.
Okay, so my riding career, if I have to put it that way, started in 2002, 2003 when I got into University of Lagos.
Okay.
And I got an R6 then. And my mom was like, it's fine to have this bike, but it's not a problem. Two things will happen. Is it that you wake up in the morning, see it burning, or you go and sell it back or return it back to where you got it from. So long as you're still under my roof, it's my rules and regulations.
Yeah.
You know how Nigerian
Parents
are to con you into doing things they want you to do. I had no choice. I sold it.
Oh, that's sad.
And I never rode for 10 years again.
Why that gap? Because you probably would have finished from school
Yes.
then. Yeah.
Give or take, plus ASU strike and everything. Course is naturally 5 years, give or take 6 years and all of that. So, my mind never left. It was just first catching up on life. Then of course, when I eventually got back into riding, fully, I got back into riding fully 2015, 2016.
Okay. That's not bad.
And it's been
That's not bad. From
constant since
2002.
then.
Okay. Since 20, let's say aside the R6 from 2002, and then from 2016 to date, what bikes have you used? If you can remember.
Personally, I've ridden a lot of bikes.
That you've used.
That I've used. I've used a ZX600.
Okay.
I've used the Bandits.
Okay.
I still have.
Okay, that Bandit. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I had a ZX250 for a bit, for a while, Kawasaki, and I have a GS.
Right now. Okay.
Then I also had a CBR that didn't last so long, the CBR 900.
Did you say that one, or why did it not last so long?
It didn't last for so long. It was just a brief visit.
So, all this while you're riding, did you start riding with a group of people that maybe you are still riding with you now, or is just somebody while you're riding that is like a point of contact that this guy, I enjoyed riding with this person while I started, and you had a very good memory. It seems I'm asking too deep questions.
Yeah, I have to. No, so that question is, I'm looking at there are synergies to riding.
Yeah.
Such that there are people that you understand their riding and they understand you, and there's only one person that I can tick. There are 2 people or 3 people that I can tick the box for.
Okay.
In that regard, I can tick the box for because of their skills.
Important.
Yes, I can tick the box for what's his name?
I wish I could help you remember.
I can remember. I can see his face. Mike Wheeler.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Mike Wheeler is that one person that when you ride it,
That guy is
his
exceptional.
skill is to just match you.
Ride anyhow.
His skill
If you
is
want to be
match
slow,
you.
you will be slow with it. If you want to be fast, you will be fast. If you want to be really on the road, you will be.
Yeah.
You can be everything.
I enjoy
with you.
riding
If you
Mike
want to be
Wheeler
a
actually.
hooligan, you'll be a hooligan with you. And you would do. He has a way of. He has a way of pushing you. He will not let you know that's what he's doing,
Yeah.
but he pushes you. Then soft is also good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm calling these people because of their skills.
Yeah. That's
Soft
very
is a
true.
fantastic rider.
Those
2 guys.
Not really. Just maybe a little bit.
So this,
compared to them.
I'm reading to them with them to Abuja.
Oh
so
yeah,
can-
that Abuja trip.
Yeah, I study people on the road, and now the other last person that ticks that box until currently is T-Dog.
I've not been
T-Dog.
ride with T-Dog.
T-Dog is in fact, I'll call him a fantastic hood captain. If he doesn't speed unnecessarily. He does. Let's go to where we are going to and get back safely.
That's important all the time.
So, T-Dog.
So
Every other person that I've ridden with is just for me to ride and get to where I'm going.
So these are like the top 3 people since like 10-15
Then one more person. No, this person is a
So
lady.
he said 3, now he's mentioning one more person.
I just, but because this person is a lady, so I had to put
Okay,
it.
okay.
In fact, I'll put 2 people more. Yeah, sorry.
I think
They are
creating
just
a
keep
convoy,
coming
yeah.
to my head. I'll put Lulu.
Oh yeah, Lulu
Lulu is a fantastic rider. Such that, in fact, I didn't believe. Because this day we went to Abeokuta and I would do something. I'll just look into my mom and she's
close.
okay, that's good. And she'll smile. That's good. Then one more person is Randy. Randy is a fantastic rider.
Oh yeah.
Randy is a fantastic rider.
Randy is amazing. There's some things he does, and then I'm just like, yo, are you an oracle or what are you?
Yeah.
So that is going to wrap up your list.
Yeah.
Before you extend it anymore.
No, that's about it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on from our previous question, I'm very curious to what influenced you into riding, or what made you start riding. Do you think you're influenced?
Yeah, I was influenced.
The same thing Mama Spade said, funny enough. I'm still a bit to hear what other people said.
So growing up, I have white cousins.
Oh, okay.
And there are other white friends who come to the house, and you see them on their bikes. I lived in Ikoyi in my childhood.
Oh, amazing.
So you see boys riding, and it stuck in me. Now, growing up, back in universities, people would always want to drive in my car because the name is speed demon. But if we went to clubs, I don't drink, I don't smoke.
Okay.
The safest car,
just
but the fastest car is a best car.
Yeah.
So it's safe, it's fast, and yeah. So of course, so the thing, the riding thing was always there. It was just a matter of time.
So there's that spirit of fast-paced movement. That's funny because my friend Ahmed Musi, that you met earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very, very fast driver. And then I think I must have probably influenced him to riding. And then he got a bike and he's like, okay, he wants to feel how riding is as well. So it's kind of understandable. I also know somebody that is also a speedy one when he's driving, but he's scared to want to ride a bike because it feels like when he gets on the bike, he probably might want to enjoy himself.
Yeah, well, people they used to have that fear for me. In fact, one of the reasons my mother said,
I think it's a self-decision.
One of the reasons why my mother said I should let that go of that bike was because she was like, I know what you do with cars. No, I've done things with cars.
Would you say you've done like drifting or something?
Well, I don't do so now. My kind of person is I don't do stunts.
Okay.
But you want to go from year to year in minutes and
what
seconds.
you do between that place?
And the way they come to me is when I think I process it in seconds and I do it. I don't hesitate. Should I know? The moment I realize that for me, once I begin to hesitate, there's already a hindrance, so I pull out. The moment he shakes in my head, I don't take it. But he lights up in my head, I look through it, I see it. I don't think about it anymore. I process it the moment you see it.
And that's how to make a very fast decision at split second. It's very important to know how to do that.
So I've learned that. In fact, in my riding days, there was a time that I was supposed to go and supply. I got an order to supply some vehicles in Abuja. About 10 of them.
Oh.
And one of the drivers said, because I was to fly them, one of the drivers said what I was paying them was too small. I said, I gotta go. And I drove with them. They got to a particular spot. They are firework boys. They're like, have I done firework before? Oh God, no, you don't do firework before. It's not only you that think that you can drive. There's a friend of mine that he didn't know. He has a BMW. He's one of these BMW boys.
Okay.
He didn't know I could drive because all his life, all the while we've been, he's always seen me riding. So he didn't know I could drive. Now he has a stick.
Oh, manual.
Yeah. I said, let me drive your car. He said, can you drive his stick? I said, by the time I moved it in seconds, like, what?
It will be
You're even doing this. You're downshifting and rev matching at the same time. I said, what do you think I started driving? I started driving, I think it was 96. I was in GS3, GS2, GS3. I was going into GS3. So that period there was where it was my father's mechanic. The first vehicle I drove was a Range Rover. My posse said the guy should go and fix the vehicle. And the guy and I asked that since I was not doing anything at home, was the holiday period, that can I follow him? He said, okay, go. So I just told the guy he had finished the vehicle early. And I said, me too, I can drive. Who taught you? I said, I used to watch Daddy the way he drives. I said, hey. Oh yeah. And he gave me the car. I crashed the car, not that day. Not that day, I drove the car home. So there was this particular day that I wanted to go and show off in school. GS2 boy. I called him. I said I wanted to go to this, so I went. I took the vehicle. He was beside me. Then I was on our way home. I was just like about 4 or 5 minutes away from my house. I was coming back home and I saw a friend of mine. I wanted to pick the guy. You know, you want to show off that you two are not driving. You want to pick your friend.
Yeah.
Unknowingly to me, I'd pressed the brake and I'd clutched down. I just released my leg from the brake. The car just rolled back. Range Rovers back in the days were metal. Hammered truck. There was a police van behind me. The whole front.
Police
The whole front. They just drove me home. They took the car, they collected the car from me, they drove me home. Popsy paid for the whole damage and I paid for the damage back myself in ways that I cannot explain.
No, you can't explain this.
So from there I've stolen keys, I have my own duplicates, I have my own key. In fact, the day they really knew that I drive in the house, my uncle had kidney stone.
Okay.
So we were to drive him to we were to get into the hospital in the middle of the night. It was around 2 or 3 a.m. He was his car. Only him had the key, but I drove him to the hospital. When he came back from the hospital, he was like,
how did I get
you?
You
drove me to the hospital. What key did you use? Because my key is with me. Then I was in SS. SS1 or SS2? SS2. There was this padlock that can open any door in my house.
And the key that can open any door.
And he unlocks that car easily. So I now showed him the key. I said, okay. And since then, instead of him to take it the other way,
yeah, it's actually a blessing to him.
He understood, okay, you saved my life regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do it the proper way. Then he taught me properly. And the downside is to that effect was that they now know I could drive. And I was now the errand boy.
We
are going to Ibadan. That's why we carry you now. You know, initially it started out as like, okay, I have car to myself, but at the long run,
errand boys too.
So there were days that I clocked Lagos Ibadan 35 minutes.
Yo.
That was when,
let's say the road was too good.
That was when we still had good roads.
Exactly. Maybe right now.
No, we don't.
At least a bit over an hour. At least.
There are too many things. Then now, the reason why it will not happen now is I process a lot of things. That time there was no process. I would slipstream behind someone that is going fast. I will slipstream behind the person. I'm going faster than the person. And you're wondering how I've been behind you. Caught the wind for me for a period of time. And I started teaching myself that when I want to overtake, I don't go out, I just go. So, it's just, it was a lot of things for me, riding, driving, but I'm done with that.
So my next question is going to be, why or what motivated you to decide to start training people how to ride a bike? Because quick gist, guys, he taught me how to ride a bike. And it's been an amazing experience afterwards. I'll choose to get later.
A particular incident happened that I encountered with someone. And I was like, I made up my mind that if this person did this to me, I don't want it to happen to so many other people.
Okay.
And that's what pushed me to teaching people, just for them to have a better safe landing.
Important.
Yeah.
Very important, actually. Would you say that you've taught like a couple of people and then they've been better on the road?
That question, I'll be in Nigeria.
How Nigerian would the answer be?
The Nigerians answer questions with questions. Yes, and to do that, I would ask you. I will have, because I've taught a couple of people. I don't make noise about myself.
Yeah.
You will not find me out there. So I rather you that you have been taught to speak of your experience.
Okay, so my experience learning how to ride with him was very smooth. Even though I tried to watch some YouTube videos before I went to learn how to ride from him, and I did a little bit of what I've learned on YouTube into what I was learning from him, and then it made the learning easier. But I figured that a lot of things that I did not learn on YouTube was what was teaching me as like practical road experiences, right? And I remember my first major ride out of the training ground. I think I fell on the road twice. Yeah, there was one when I wanted to turn into the major road, and then there was another one at 4 Point when I bent the foot peg or the gear shifter. And after then...
After that was when you went to pick your bike?
Yes. And then after then, I think I'd fallen on my bike once when a car was reversing and I was behind the car, and then I was meant to reverse. You know, you have to put both legs down to reverse. I did not know that where I was going to put my right leg was lower than where my left leg was. So I tipped over and then my bike fell, but it did not fall on me. Luckily, I was able to know how to fall properly at that time, so I could save myself. And I would tell you for free that I've not fallen on my bike, I've had any crash or any bad experience riding ever since. And a lot of people, or maybe few people that are watching this right now would know that I ride a lot. I ride every day, I ride anywhere, I ride outside Lagos. On any trip, I'm always there. And my experience has been amazing and fun. I've gotten to know that, okay, this thing that I'm encountering on is something that I'm enjoying. I get to enjoy every ride. I get to enjoy every bad road. I just get to enjoy every pothole, and as much as every situation I get to encounter with other road users as well. Is it emergency braking? Is it how to make emergency U-turns? Is it how to avoid potholes? Is it coning that leads to avoiding potholes? And every other situation as well. So if you would ask me if you should learn how to ride with him, I don't know what your response would be. But from a conversation we was having earlier, it's going to lead me to my next question, because I think I've answered the question I had.
The only thing I can add to that is that I teach people my own mistakes.
So that we don't make your mistakes.
Yeah. So practically most things that I've taught you were my mistakes. And it makes you a better rider. So I learn from my own mistakes. I go to practice more and I get a better and easier method to doing them, and I come to teach people.
Okay.
And now, while teaching people, one of the few things that I enjoy teaching people is while teaching them, I become better at my own skills.
Very, very good. That's very
So you wonder how I can do this is because I kept training you the same thing and I kept teaching you the same thing while in my head I'm processing it and I'm doing it at the same time. So it makes me myself a better rider. So many Nigerians, or most Nigerian riders, practically all Nigerian riders, don't go for trainer courses. So because I know that, I rather stay in the training session where I can continue to
learn and relearn. That's actually really nice. So I was going to lead into my next question, which is, are you still training people on how to ride?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've not had, because I wasn't around for a while. So I've not had so much of, people have been calling me. The truth about it is that I've not been able to settle back into the system, but yeah, I still do. I will. Is a fantastic thing for me too. I enjoy doing it, and so if you call me, I would definitely.
So this is going to be like a general question. Do you think biking is expensive, or is there a Nigerian factor?
No,
biking is not expensive.
It's not for children.
Okay, maybe that's a better response. Because
it's not cheap.
Buying your gears to buying the bike and then maintenance and every other thing. You choke. So, what has the experience been so far regarding this?
So, the only reason why I keep pushing is the passion for it.
Yeah.
The only reason why I keep buying or want to buy or want to do this, for crying out loud. So an oil cap on my GS went bad. The O-ring got slacked. And I just, instead of me having to fix it and do, I didn't want to stress myself, so just let me change it. That thing was $34.
Just the
oil cap.
Oh.
Someone broke I parked my bike somewhere in Ogba. And someone reversed into my beak. And broke it. Because it was an elderly person, I said, oh, no problem, sir, go. And I said, okay, let me just order it back. And I saw £100.
Wow.
And I what?
Would this man have had £100 to pay you at that point?
Okay. Now, buying bikes are cheap is one of the easiest things to do. It's easy to buy.
Yeah, actually.
Maintaining it. For some factors, Nigerians don't have
major parts are needed.
Parts are not available, so you mostly have to order it and ship it in. You pay for freight. You have a long time to wait.
Waiting time too.
You now have a mechanic that let's not even go there.
I think this should be an episode. This should be an episode of its own. Nigerian mechanic fix bikes. We'll talk about that in another episode. So, like, how long have you had to wait for a part? Because I'm still waiting for one.
I got a part for my GS this morning. I bought that part in the UK because I did not want to
ship.
Because I did not want to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
I had to keep it with somebody.
Okay.
So the part stayed 4 weeks or thereabouts. Now that is easy. I bought a part in the UK. Three things actually. It took me 2 years.
Whoa.
Now why? They delivered it to my house in the UK, but my dad left. Well, my dad was supposed to bring it to Nigeria for me. So he left. They delivered it a day late.
Oh, okay.
So he had already gone before they delivered it. So, and that was when lockdown was beginning.
Oh, that factor.
Yes. So it was until I went into the UK myself, then I brought it back home. It took me 2 years.
Ah. I did mean you had this old garage where you can easily get parts for your bike and all of that. Regardless of whatever year your bike is, it will just be very easy and sweet for you to own a bike.
I stayed and waited. The waiting game is endless in Nigeria when it comes to parts.
Yeah. That's very true. And
So
very
there are two things that work. There are some places that you can buy these purely used parts. For me, it works, but have it at the back of your mind that you have to buy the real thing. Now, the fairly used part that you are buying is just for you, is a placeholder. I see them as placeholder. If I buy the fairly used part, best sure that I'm ordering for the main thing. So this is just to hold me for a bit.
So there's a Tesla, there is a 4Runner, there is a Toyota Corolla. I see that your face is, you're wondering what's happening. There's a Toyota Corolla and then maybe there's a Venza.
Okay.
So there are 4 cars, Tesla, Venza, Corolla, and 4Runner.
Okay.
Right. These cars, everybody has an idea how much they cost. Right. So if you say that you've used a particular amount to, that you spent in the whole time while you've been riding to buy one car out of these 4, which car will it be?
If the whole time I've been riding.
All the costs together.
It won't be a Tesla, of course.
Okay.
It won't. There's a Tesla, there's a 4Runner. It won't be a 4Runner, of course.
Okay.
Now you have to be specific. There are years. Because years differ.
Yeah, years differ. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Let's just mention any random year.
It will probably be. I've spent well over for a Corolla. Or about a Corolla.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Corolla is close to it.
That's fair enough. Okay, this is going to take me to my next question, which is what's the worst group ride you've ever been on? That you're like, I should have just gone on my own, or I shouldn't have been on this trip.
Now that is a tricky question for me because the reason why it's tricky is because I don't see it as worst group ride. Now the reason why I wouldn't see it as worst group ride is because we are together. Somebody has a challenge. If that's going to be the end of the journey, that's going to be the end of the journey.
Yeah.
So because that for me is the code, which is never leave a bike
behind.
So if we got to where we were going to safe and no glitch, if we got to where we were going to and there was a bit of glitch, it's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I don't see, if we didn't get to where we were going to and I had to go back home. There was a time that me and some crew were going to Akure. I had a tire burst. Before I got to Redeem, I just noticed something.
Probably.
I just went, as I was parking, my tire just burst. Boom! I just told the guys, be going, don't worry, forget about me. Now, why did I do that? I didn't want to delay, stop the fun.
Yeah.
And because one of us came from out of town to make that ride.
Okay.
So I didn't want to stop that ride. So it is either I can easily sort myself out. I just looked at it, I'm closer to Lagos because I need to buy another tire. I'm closer to Lagos than we're going to Ekiti.
Okay.
So I was like, nah, guys go, don't worry. I can come in the morning or when you guys come back.
Okay.
So it's either of the ways. So it was still for me an experience. You get, so I don't think I have. Worst case, it never happened on a group ride. Worst case is a crash. Yeah, we had experience where somebody crashed. I've also had an experience where I crashed myself on my way from Ilorin. That was my first time going to Ilorin.
Oh.
And on my way back, I went to Ilorin solo.
Oh, okay. On
my way back, I was coming with 4 bikers or 5 bikers. And I'd overtaken 4 trailers. I saw this pothole. I wanted to slow down, go into it easily. I didn't know that there was sand there. The sand just took me. Boom! Boom! Landed on the floor, and I trucked my bike home. I didn't like the fact that they had that mind that Okwe crashed. But hey, it's part of the fun. For me, it's part of the fun experience and all of that. And one thing I know for biking is if you make a mistake, you will never repeat that mistake, especially when it's deadly.
So was that like the major crash you've ever had?
Oh, I've had. That was one. That was one. The second major one was I've had 3 major crashes.
Okay. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah. I had that one in February 2016, February 10, 2016.
That was the Ilorin crash.
That was the Ilorin crash. February 10, 2016. I went to Ilorin to go and meet some few people. I just wanted to ride out of Lagos and returned back the following day. And then on my way back, that happened. Now, the second one, major one was 2000 and 3 years ago, December 10th. Yes, December 10th.
Okay.
Funny enough, I just thought about it. February 10th, December 10th. December 10th, 2021. I was coming from Ibadan.
Okay.
And then they were fixing Third Milan.
Oh, okay.
When they were fixing Third Milan, that they shut it down for 6 months. So I was coming back from Ibadan. I knew I was good. Of course, I stay in Ikoyi. So I was going to Ikoyi. I knew there was traffic. I didn't want to enter into that traffic. So I stayed at my friend's place in Magodo till late night. And I now left his house about 9 because I knew, okay, everybody would have finished their craziness on the road and it would be smooth sailing into. So I was going. I got to Oroshuki. I saw this guy. 3 people were trying to cross the road at Oroshuki. They didn't use the pedestrian bridge. They were going to cross. 2 people went, this other third guy went back. Oh my God. I was like, what's wrong with this guy? And I was coming. He went again and he came back.
Why?
So at that second point, I like, okay. I was on 120 coming. Because it was a free road, less road traveled because the Third Milan had been blocked. So I was going to ride to Yaba, axis, then connect through Oyingbo and coming. So the guy went, on the second time he crossed, I dropped to 80. I looked at him that, okay, maybe he's not good, maybe he hasn't just, by the time I moved, the guy just crossed. I dropped at the foot of Third Milan, the beginning of Third Milan and Oroshuki. I slid to the underneath that billboard. That electronic billboard. I stopped right directly under that. I was just sliding, rolling.
Oh, that's bad.
I'm like, what? So I called my friend that I left his house. He's also a biker. I said, please come. I just had an accident. Terrible. I was seeing my toe bone. So what happened was that I put my riding boots in my bag because I was tired. So I was just going to ride home. I wore Tom slippers.
Oh, that's yeah.
Or sneakers. So I wore Tom sneakers to just ride home. And that was not fun. Luckily for me, I had good response. As it happened, I called my doctor, I called my friend. Doctor said, where am I? I said, I'm on 3rd Milan, I'm coming. Doctor came to my house. My friend brought his car. He rode the bike home. I drove his car home. And immediately I got home, doctor was stitching my leg. And that's how I escaped. Then the last one was last year, funny enough. This is a very funny one. I was going to travel to Uyo on a Tuesday, last year September.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year, October 27th, last year. I was going to go to Uyo on Tuesday. Monday, I now said that I was going to come back from Uyo on Friday. Saturday, I was to ride to Abeokuta because there was an Abeokuta ride. I needed new tires. I was like, okay, Monday, I'm less busy preparing for my Uyo travel. I was going to fly to Uyo.
Yeah.
So I wasn't riding. So I said, okay, since I'm going to, there won't be enough time when I get back in the evening on Friday. I'm coming on the last flight to buy tire early in the morning and start fixing it, and I will not have to delay. No. Let me buy my tire today, Monday, and I'm off on Tuesday morning.
Okay.
And I did that. I went to Imbo, bought tires, and after buying tire, it was my first birthday that Monday. And I said, he stays around Imbo. I said, guy, how far? Are you near your house? Are you at home? Let me come and play with you. He said he was in the office and his office is on Alaka or by Alaka.
That's really.
Shule. I said, okay, no problem. I'll join you. I was descending Alaka.
Yeah.
And there's an overhead bridge and the road bends. So I was descending that. Then there was a truck in front on the left lane.
Yeah.
Negotiating that slight bend, and there was a vehicle behind a RAV4, driven by a woman. The woman then realized that okay, there's a free opening on the right lane, and she can move into that space because the truck was obviously slow.
The lane now, yeah.
And she just didn't look into the lane and mirrors or whatever it is that she needed to look into. And I was already halfway by her door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was halfway by her door. And she just rammed me.
Oh.
Held the brakes, did everything, emergency braking. I threw it into engine braking as well. Started downshifted. But unfortunately, two things happened. The road was bad.
That road in Nigeria.
Yeah, that part of the road was bad. So it took, while I was trying to struggle to gain road positioning, the bad road took me off. Then my crash guard hit, my crash guard hit the culvert.
Okay.
No, hit her car.
Okay.
My crash guard hit her car and took me back into the bad road, and that was it. I hit the culvert, the bailout lane, ejected me off from the bike.
Oh.
I landed in front of her car, but it was inside the bailout.
Oh, okay.
And surprisingly, this lady did not wait.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So it was more like
if you happen to see this video and you did that, it was
just reach out at least.
There's nothing to reach out about.
At least just clear her mind because it's probably going to be guilty conscience.
She'll be fine.
So what happened and why did the lady drive off?
I wouldn't know, honestly. I can't say. Maybe she felt that she has killed somebody. That fear.
Yeah.
And I was just in a very, very. Luckily, I got home. I saw my gym instructor, who is also a chiropractor,
Okay.
just came, attended, did some gymnastics on me. And before you knew it, I was, before you knew it, I was back on my feet in the next 2 days. And I was scheduled to travel out of the country in about a week or two from there.
Okay. Alright, so that was if you had like any major injuries. That would have just disrupted. Anyways, that's all the questions I have. If you have more questions for him, you can just put them under the comment section. I'll pass them across to him, and then probably we can have another session to talk and do again. Would you like to come on the show again?
Oh well, it's fun to have to be here.
Yeah. So now that we're done with questions, we have games to play for him, and I have under 5 seconds. You have to answer 5 motorcycle brands in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yamaha,
1,
Honda,
2,
Suzuki,
3, 4, 5.
Ducati.
Guys, he failed it.
Did I feel it?
Yes.
How many did you say I should?
Just after the 3 seconds.
I said it almost immediately.
Should we let it go?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was an amazing time out at South Korea, and we've had to learn and understand a lot that we did not know about before, about him and about biking as well. And he said he'd like to come on the show again, so let's look forward to that. Thank you for sharing and liking this video. Thank you for watching up until this point. If you've not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.
Peace.